Hello YouTube. Spring is finally sprung at Yellow Gables, and I think it's finally safe to take the snowblower off the tractor and put the deck back on. It's April 22nd today, I think, and it is supposed to snow on Monday, but I don't think it's going to snow enough that I need the snowblower. So we're going to show you how to take that off and put the deck back on. And then grass is getting kind of long. I might try my hand at mowing for the first time.
Let's go.
Here we go. This thing was a beast to put on, and the reason it was so hard is because it was on the ground. And so I'm hoping by putting these little dollies underneath it, it'll be easier next season to put on and then take off later. So now that it's got the dollies underneath, we disconnect the hydraulics. I want to get some caps for those. The caps that were on them corroded off. There's no easy way to show this. The small idler pulley down there needs to be pushed that way to loosen the tension on the belt, and then I could slip the belt off. So I'll try to fixture the tripod best I can to show that. I need to add this magnetic modification to this tripod. I think that would make things a lot slicker working on cars and tractors and other steel things. Alright, let's go with that. pushing, pulling, slip the belt off, and now we're ready to disconnect everything. There's one of these jobbers on each side. You pull them out and give them a 1/8 turn or so to lock them into the detent. And that pulls the top pin out on this side. Same thing over on this side. Pull it out, give it an 1/8 turn. Now the top is out. And now it should just be a matter of giving it a good pull, up and out. Look at that. Oh, those Harbor Freight dollies are paying for themselves already. Easy as that. Alright, so now we've got the deck positioned under the tractor, approximately centered. The new ones I think you just drive over the top of, but these old-fashioned ones from the 1990s, you gotta give them a good shove. No big deal. So now, go around under here to the undercarriage. I'd like to think they probably got a little more user-friendly. Turn the light on here. More user-friendly, but that little knob right there has to go into this bracket right here, and so it sits onto it, 90-degree turn, and then that pin will go in that hole in the middle of that messy weld right there. So let me see if I can fixture this camera so you can see it. All right. I think something's not right here, because this goes over the top of it like that, but then it's supposed to reach that. So I think I need to do something with the hide. Oh, wait a minute, wait, not that one. It goes on this one. Okay, so now you gotta take the pin out of the clevis pin out of the bracket, and then it feeds down through like that, and then you put the pin back in.
Oh, that's really fun. Not funny. Fun. I go back to my game.
Just like that. So now you got the same dealio bob on the other side. Here's the bracket for the other side. It's, I think it's for leveling the deck. Same situation. Take the pin out, flip it over, half turn. Now this, bring it over here to this side. Now I saw in another video from another YouTuber, if you put the pin in from the back side, it makes it easier to get the cotter pin in, because it'll be on the front side then, like so. Just like that. So now, while we're here, on this side, we gotta get this jobber into that hole, which looks like you need to shove this whole kit and caboodle backwards like that. Couldn't be any easier. Here on the other side, it's the same approximate scenario. Lift this little jobber up, muscle it into place. Retract it first. Up into place. Just like that. So now onto the mule drive. So this jobber here is called the mule drive. I don't know why. If any of you guys know why it's called a mule drive, why don't you put it in the comments so the rest of us know. Anyway, what it does is it takes the power here from this PTO on the front of the engine. It's got an electric clutch on it. The V-belt goes over the top of that, and it turns at 90 degrees and runs the belt back to the mower deck down there. And so it's got a tensioner built into it to make sure the belt stays nice and tight. I think this one's been pretty beat up and reworked. I think this sheet metal piece is on backwards, because what I've seen is there's a hand turn knob on some of these, and then this little pointer here sticks out this hole, this slot, and points at a value of tension on the sheet metal there. So something got turned around at some point, but it still works, it still tightens, it still mules, so good enough for me. So the first thing we gotta do is take this belt and loop it over the pulley back there. One thing I'll show you here, come over here, is that there's a little hook right there. That's to make sure that the belt stays on track. So make sure the belt gets on the inside of that hook and not the outside. This unit lifts up. Sockets into some pins. Just let me show you better here. There's these pins that slot into slots there, and that bears the bulk of the load. So then belt goes up and over the pulley on this side. Make sure I got everything straight. And then down and under on this side. And I'm going to have to put the camera down and wrestle with this for a bit, grunt at it. Alright, I got it on there. One thing I figured out is it's easier to put it on the two horizontal axis pulleys down there first, and then loop it up over the PTO pulley, and then just roll it into place. So now I've got a 9/16 socket. I'm just going to put the hurt on this tensioner. How much? I don't know. Some. Just keep tightening it until you can play the Star Spangled Banner on it. Yeah. Seems a little loose. We'll start with that. If she squeals too much, we'll turn it a few more times. One more thing. The wheel drive has two clevises down here, and they need to be installed onto those J pins. There we go, now we can see it. Clevises, J pin. Put you down here. And the light just shut off because my battery's too low. Great. And of course, I should have done this before I put everything else on. Let's see. Let's take the arms down. Those are easy. Real easy. Come on. All right, fine. Sometimes we learn the hard way. This is my first season doing this, so cut me some slack, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the hurt back off the wheel drive. What I'm going to pull it off, put those arms on top of the deck first. Nice, you got the clevises on top of the deck, and I'm going to connect all the pivots before I start tensioning the belt again. Alright, what you got to do is now might have to start the engine and lift it to get that pin to go in. Let's give it a shot. have to put you down. Now those J-pins are in. I had to give it some gentle persuasion after I had lifted the deck a little bit. So now, time to tighten the belt again. Righty-tighty, lefty-loosey. And there you have it, after all that. Now it's time to go out and give it a try. Where is that light switch? There it is. Oh my gosh. What a disaster. What has happened to this place? No, we haven't been robbed. We haven't been ransacked. I just moved all my goodies from our garage upstairs down to the workshop. And now I have to work at cleaning all this stuff up, organizing it, de-junking. Maybe this guy will help me. You gonna help me clean the workshop? Okay, sounds good. It's mostly just empty boxes, but I really don't have any places where I want to put my tools yet. So maybe some future videos will include some shelving, some hanging tool systems, etc. Also like a little bit more light. If you have any suggestions on things that have worked for you in the past, let me know in the comments. I'd love to know. I don't really like pegboard. Unfortunately, the previous owner of this house really did like pegboard, so he's got it all on that wall, and behind us, behind our smithy here, got it all on this wall. And it's not so bad. It's just irritating when you go to hang up a tool and you hang it on there and oh, it fell off on the floor. Now I've got a tool in my hand and the peg on the floor, and it's just frustrating. I don't think I'll get rid of it because I've already got it. It's paid for. But I wouldn't mind adding on to it some way that was a little more useful. So again, got any suggestions? Let me know in the comments.